Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of DLB TV. As always, I am your host, DLB. Make sure you guys check out our website, DLB-Network.com, the podcast. Check me out on Twitter. Follow me at DLB23. In this week's episode, I want to talk about the Xbox Room. It was something that they showed off at CES, and it has to deal with somewhat augmented reality. Now, we know that that's starting to become a huge thing. Sony's been doing it since the PlayStation 2 with the iToy game. I remember when I first purchased it, it came with the iToy camera, and you had a series of mini games that was included with it, which was a bunch of augmented reality video games. You see Sony doing that with the PlayStation Vita. They did it with the PlayStation 3. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys remember, or may not remember because it wasn't as popular, which is... what was it? The Eye of Judgment, which was a card-based augmented reality game. And with the Vita, you get, I believe it's 9 augmented reality cards. Mine are stuck in the closet. I've played them. It's really cool, but none of them really compelled me at this time. Something that Microsoft showed at CES was called, they're calling it a Luma Room. And basically what it was is it must be some kind of projector that's hanging up behind you, because when the gentleman turned on the when the gentleman turned on the game, you saw the room start to basically light up with whatever was going on with the TV. Like there was a little girl who was playing the game, and there was like snowflakes falling all over the place that you can see. And it was, it's pretty cool. I was joking with some of my friends, and I was telling them it's like a poor man's 4K. So if you can't afford a 4K big screen, they're basically taking it through your whole wall and in your room, you know, because you can't afford 4K. But in all seriousness, though, I don't know how interesting that would be. So that's why I created this video, because I'm curious in you guys' feedback. If you guys haven't seen it, it should be playing in the background right now. What did you guys take on this? Like, is this something that you guys would go out and buy? Because I'm assuming you have to have some kind of projector. When you get the projector, depending on how your room is built, I mean, obviously in the example, nobody has an all-white room with just a TV, realistically. And so you saw in the video they had like bookshelves and, you know, things like that. But how interested would you guys as gamers be in this type of technology? So what all does it come with? One would believe a projector. How much does this cost? Is it something that you can do in the day, or is it only a nighttime feature? Because in the presentations, obviously you see the room is dark. But I wonder if they may have something else planned to where you can use this feature during the day. But most importantly, is this something that interests you? Is this something that interests developers? Because developers are going to be the ones that have to support this. So I'm trying to, for me personally, I don't see the want for it. It's more of a like, oh, this is cool type of feeling. It seemed like it would be best if you had the perfect setup. The perfect setup being the Illuma Room, obviously you need that. A clear living room, not all the way clear, but you know, clear enough to where you can see what's being projected, and an awesome surround sound. If you have all those three things, all those three tangibles, then I think that this could be something that could be pretty big. I mean, because if you look at it, you're kind of being immersed in this universe. Because if you got surround sound, you got your surround sound speakers behind you, in front of you, the one in the center, then you have this world that's coming to life not only on your television, but in the room around you. So I could see this being something really big, but again, you would almost have to have the perfect situation, the perfect room setup in order for this to work. Now again, I know this generation is going to be big in augmented reality gaming. Again, Sony's been doing it for a while. I definitely believe they're going to continue to push, and I think Microsoft is definitely going to jump into it as well. I mean, even stepping outside of gaming, you have Google that's coming out with Google Glasses if you have the $1,500 to spend on them. But even if you haven't seen Google Glasses, I definitely recommend taking a look at it. It's a pretty neat piece of technology, and I just know not only gaming, but I know as a world that augmented reality is kind of that next big thing. And if you guys don't believe me, Google augmented reality and look at all the stuff that you find. Like, it's getting ready to be the next big thing with cell phones, computers, and again, gaming products. So, I mean, even if you look at a lot of the new cars are using augmented reality for the rear facing camera on their cars when you're back, so you can see when you're backing out and have like lines in the street to make sure that you don't back up into something, or if there's an object in the road, it'll outline it for you. Those are forms of augmented reality. So we've heard, or if you guys haven't heard, in Sony's 52-page leak that got out early last year, one of the things that they talked about was some augmented reality glasses that was supposed to have a 4G antenna inside of them. Now, I don't know what kind of things they're planning on doing with those, but I can definitely see with the Kinect version 2 coming out, and then some augmented reality glasses to go with it, they could be on to something pretty big. I mean, imagine playing a game. Granted, I know some of you hardcore gamers, this may not really be your forte. I consider myself to be an all-around gamer. I can play the casual of casuals games, and I can play the hardest of hardcore games. So I'm looking forward to, I'm all about the experience. Like, I'm the one-to-one experience with the controller, the console, and the TV. It's great. That will always be the core of video games. But I do like what the Wii U is doing with their tablet type of controller, with the screen on the controller and the screen on the TV. You know, I am curious to see, you know, how this augmented reality stuff is going to be built in with these next-gen consoles and games, because I think it could be pretty cool if you're, you know, you have one of these glasses that works, you know, with the Kinect and whatever else, and, you know, instead of you just being focused on the TV, you kind of have to focus on the atmosphere around you. Now, granted, if there's somebody in the room with you, you may look a little crazy, but after you finish, I guarantee you they'll want to try it out. So what's you guys take on this whole Room thing? Do you guys like it? Are you guys for it? Let me know what you guys think. Until my next video, you guys have a good one. Peace.